Hello, gentlemen. Are you like me, and did you just pick up the brand new GoPro Hero 4 Black for your Phantom, only to realize that now, because you have an H3-2D, or that because you have the original H3-3D with the 30-pin connector, that your FPV does not work? Well, I'm going to cut with this stupid voice, and I'm just gonna get on with fixing this. Pretty much all you really need is, the ribbon cable off of the 3D, which you can buy bundled with your USB plug end. You'll get both of them. And I'm recording this with my phone, hence the stupid focus problem. Anyway, we're going to get this guy working with that properly. Pretty much, what you gotta do is, right here, you've got two black screws, those two right in there. They're going to need to be removed, and the four holding in this main board. I'm going to take those out. I'd recommend removing the four out of the main board first. Doesn't autofocus, I have to keep manually focusing it in. And we're going to do this all in one take because I'm recording with my phone, and editing from there is a pain in the butt. Yes, you can remove this from the Phantom before you do it, but since mine's not actually properly mounted, I don't want to. Mine is using the Phantom 2 mount. This 2D is out of a Phantom 2. So of course the top plate, which has the screw holes for the Phantom 2's for screw mounts for a gimbal, do not line up properly. However, one of them does. We have our four main board screws out. We're going to pull the other two from the plug. Those actually like to stay, but with those loosened, and with a little bit of, I guess that one's going to pop out. And I think I've loosened the top one enough. And with those out, you're going to get those two screws that are black in this little bracket. Past the bracket now, you can see, now that I lean this up and actually get light on it, you can very gently, instead of pulling that, I've found it actually easier. If you very gently pry up the board, both will come out together. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. On the back side of here, which I'll try to show you, there's that little nose focus. Come on, focus. There it is, that little white plug right there. There's a black lever on the back of it. You're going to want to reach in with something. I'm going to grab a little tiny screwdriver if I can find it. I cannot. So, I'm going to grab my trusty pencil. Kind of reach this in. Don't bend this too far out. And then carefully pop that up. And wiggle this guy loose. Now if you notice, that's a little tiny plug on there. What does it look very similar to? Yep, you're going to take this end, the short straight before the bend. You notice this one's long. This one's going to stick out of the gimbal like that. You're going to take the short one, slide it back into that white connector, kind of wiggle it in there. Just make sure it's in all the way, and then push the black little retaining clip down. Now you see, push this back here. Now we've got our little cable sticking out. And now I'm going to put the bracket over it because I like using all the original parts. Stick the bracket on. And I don't know if you want to. I've seen people put some foam in here to keep the cable pressed down, but I don't have any on me, so I'm not going to do that. Just get this screwed down first. And then your 4 mainboard screws. Whoop. My screwdriver is a little too big for this job. And you don't need to tell me that I'm being too rough on the gimbal, because I'm aware that I should be a little bit nicer with it. Survived a crash once. I think I should be okay. Just gonna... Plus these don't even need to be that tight. If you just need to hold in the parts, just leave them as tight as you want. Just don't strip the screws. Please don't strip the screws. That just leads to disaster. I haven't done it yet. I don't want to. And there you go. Now all you need to do is take your USB plug, and now it's got a little black tab on here too. Notice it's exactly like it was inside the gimbal. You're going to take that, and you're going to slide it on the end here. And then lock that in place. There you go. Now all you gotta do is drop your Hero 4 in. And I know people have said that the Wi-Fi button does get pushed. This isn't actually a Wi-Fi button, it's a settings button. If you don't set up your Wi-Fi, this doesn't turn on Wi-Fi. Once you've set it up, pushing and holding it does turn it on. But I haven't had it been pushed down by this before yet. And then our retaining plate would normally go on here, but I'm going to leave it out for now, and for now I will just use a bit of tape for time's sake. And then plug in your cable. You will have to bend it kind of far back, but get it plugged in like so, and we'll set that down. And that's all. Now we should be able to take our Phantom remote, power it up, grab our FPV system, to which I have just received today from a close friend. Thank him for giving me all of these wonderful things. Power up our monitor here. Get a blue screen. We'll take our Phantom battery, slide it in, power up our GoPro, and then we'll power on our Phantom. And there you go. Getting our FPV feed. Sorry, my battery's a little dead. Back of our monitor, my hand, tilt lever, and there you go. And now you've set up your GoPro 4 with your H3-2D or 1st Gen 3D with FPV.